Welcome to 2023, where the fails are as spectacular as they are hilarious. Who said the New Year's resolution had to be about success? Sometimes it's the fails that make the year memorable, and boy, we've kicked off with a bang. Let's rewind to the first major fail of the year. Picture this, a New Year's Eve celebration, where the countdown to midnight is more anticipated than the ball drop in Times Square. The crowd is buzzing, the atmosphere electric, the clock strikes midnight and the sky lights up with a spectacular display of fireworks. But wait, there's a twist. Our protagonist of the fail, let's call him Bob, decided it would be a great idea to launch his own fireworks. Bob, our well-intentioned but woefully ill-prepared amateur pyrotechnician, had set up his display in the backyard. Now Bob had accounted for everything: wind direction, safety distance, even the color sequencing of the fireworks. What he didn't account for, however, was his overexcited Labrador Max. Max, seeing the rockets shooting into the sky, decided it was the perfect time to play fetch. In his excitement, Max knocked over the remaining fireworks which, to everyone's surprise, started launching horizontally across the yard. Chaos ensued as everyone ducked and dived, avoiding the low-flying fireworks. Amidst the chaos, one could hear laughter echoing, as the absurdity of the situation sunk in. The expressions on people's faces were priceless, a perfect blend of shock, amusement, and disbelief. Bob, on the other hand, was mortified, yet couldn't help but join in the laughter. After all, who could predict a dog would be the main saboteur of a well-planned fireworks display? And so, folks, that's how we started 2023, with a literal bang and a dog chasing fireworks across a yard. If this is any indication of how the rest of the year is going to unfold, we're in for a treat. So buckle up, it only gets better from here. Winter brought with it a fresh batch of icy fails. When the temperature drops and snow blankets the ground, it's as if the world transforms into a giant playground. But let's be honest, not all of us are cut out for the Winter Olympics. Picture this: a daring soul, bundled up in layers of thermal clothing, attempts a grand entrance by gliding on an icy sidewalk. But the laws of physics had other plans. As gravity took over, our brave explorer became more familiar with the ground than they would have liked. That's the thing about winter, it's all fun and games until someone ends up with a bruised ego and a bruised rear. Now who could forget the classic snowball fights? It's all laughter and friendly competition, until someone's snowball packs more ice than anticipated. Suddenly it's not just a game, it's a full-on winter warfare. The shrieks of surprise and the subsequent laughter echo through the chilly air, reminding us that sometimes even the simplest of winter activities can lead to the most hilarious outcomes. And then, there are those who dare to conquer the slopes. Skiing, snowboarding, the thrill of speeding down a mountain. It sounds exhilarating until you're head first in a snowbank. Winter sports are not for the faint of heart or the uncoordinated. There's a fine line between pro snowboarder and human snowball, and let's just say some people cross that line with a spectacular crash landing. But let's not forget the unsung heroes of winter, the snowmen builders. There's a certain art to creating the perfect snowman, and it's an art that often leads to some of the funniest fails. Whether it's the head that just won't stay put, or the carrot nose that ends up looking more like a Picasso painting, the struggle is real, and the results are nothing short of hilarious. As we thawed out from winter, we were left with these unforgettable fails to keep us warm. Despite the chilly temperatures and the potential for disaster, there's something about winter that brings out the adventurer in all of us. And hey, if we're lucky, we get a good laugh out of it too. Spring sprung, and so did a new series of epic fails. Spring, the season of rebirth and renewal, where flowers bloom, birds sing, and well, some of our fellow humans just don't quite get it right. Let's start with the time-honored tradition of Easter egg hunts. Can you imagine the anticipation, the excitement, the chaos of children and adults alike scouring the yard for those brightly colored treasures? But oh, the hilarity when a grown man, too engrossed in the competitive spirit, trips over a garden gnome and lands face first in a rosebush. Or when an overly enthusiastic kid in his haste inadvertently cracks open a not-so-hard-boiled egg, getting a face full of yolk. Then there are the gardening gaffes. Picture this: a hopeful gardener, hands covered in soil, nurturing their seedlings with love and care. But alas, they've mistaken a patch of poison ivy for a bed of marigolds. The itchiness, the redness, the sheer regret. Or how about the aspiring botanist who, after weeks of careful cultivation, realizes they've been tenderly growing a flourishing crop of weeds? And let's not forget the spring cleaning calamities. There's something therapeutic about decluttering and refreshing your living space, yet It's all fun and games until someone decides to wash their electronic gadgets in the dishwasher, thinking it's a quick way to clean up. The shock, the horror, the sizzling sound of a short circuit, or the well-meaning soul who, in their quest to achieve sparkling windows, uses a pressure washer and ends up shattering the glass instead. These springtime snafus serve as a reminder that even in the most beautiful of seasons, the potential for epic fails is ever present. They bring us laughter, they bring us joy, and they bring us tales of caution. Because let's face it, who doesn't love a good fail story? Spring may be a time of renewal, but these fails are unforgettable. Summer sizzled with a host of hilarious slip-ups. As the sun blazed in the sky and the temperatures soared, so did the incidents of unforgettable and laugh-out-loud moments. Ah, summer, that magical season where the days are long, the drinks are cold, and the fails are absolutely epic. Let's start with beach mishaps. Picture this, a guy trying to impress a group of people with his extraordinary frisbee skills. He launches the frisbee with all his might, only for it to boomerang back and hit him square in the face. Or how about the classic scene of someone running full speed into the ocean, only to trip over an unseen wave and faceplant into the water? It's the stuff that funny summer memories are made of. Then we have the BBQ blunders. We've all seen it, the self-proclaimed grill master who insists on handling the barbecue duties, only to end up with a grill engulfed in flames. Or the optimistic chef who flips a burger so enthusiastically it lands on the ground, much to the amusement of the onlookers, and the dismay of the family dog who missed out on an unexpected treat. And let's not forget about the pool party disasters. The classic cannonball jump that ends up as a belly flop, the inflatable unicorn that deflates with someone on it, or the person who forgets they're not on dry land and attempts to walk off the edge of the pool float. Each of these moments adds a splash of humor to our summer days. But that's the beauty of summer, isn't it? It's a season full of unpredictability, where every day holds the potential for a new adventure, or a new fail. It's a time when we can let our guard down, embrace the unexpected, and find humor in the most surprising situations. As we wave goodbye to summer, we can look back on these fails with a smile. After all, they're not just slip-ups. They're the moments that make summer, well, summer, and isn't that something to celebrate? As we head into fall, let's recap some of the most epic fails of the year so far. 2023, you've been a trip. We've seen some of the most outrageous, unexpected, and downright hilarious blunders that have had us in stitches all year long. Let's start by revisiting those frigid winter blunders. From snowball fight fiascos to ice skating slip-ups, we've seen it all. Who can forget the guy who thought he could luge down his driveway on a trash can lid? Or the woman who tried to make a snow angel and ended up looking more like a snow monster? Yes, winter never disappoints when it comes to epic fails. As the snow melted and the flowers bloomed, we saw our fair share of springtime snafus. Remember the man who tried to jump over a puddle and ended up faceplanting in the mud? Or the woman who tried to plant a garden and ended up growing a forest of weeds? Yes, spring brought out some of the most memorable and laughable fails. Then summer rolled around and with it came a whole new set of slip-ups. Poolside pratfalls, barbecue blunders, and beach mishaps had us all laughing out loud. The guy who tried to grill in his flip-flops and ended up with a hot dog for a foot? Priceless. The woman who tried to surf for the first time and ended up riding a wave of embarrassment instead? Pure gold. The beauty of these fails is that they remind us that we're all human. We all mess up. We all have moments of clumsiness, poor judgment, or just plain bad luck. But it's these moments that give us the most joy, the most laughter, and the most unforgettable memories. And there you have it, folks. The best fails of 2023 so far. Stay tuned for more hilarious mishaps as we close out the year. Remember, it's all in good fun. As we bid farewell to the summer sun and usher in the cool autumn breeze, we anticipate a brand new season filled with hilarious mishaps and bloopers. From pumpkin carving mishaps to football blunders, autumn is a season teeming with opportunities for laugh-out-loud errors. But hold on, there's more. How about those holiday cooking misadventures, or the memorable Halloween costume fails? Indeed, folks, autumn has arrived and it promises to be entertaining. So, as we conclude this roundup, we want to remind everyone that life is too brief to be taken too seriously. Laugh at your errors, learn from your mishaps, and always remember to enjoy the journey. Also, remember, we're here to share these epic fails with you every step of the way. If you had fun watching this video, remember to hit that subscribe button and enable your notifications so you won't miss a single moment of autumn bloopers, winter mishaps, spring gaffes, or summer slip-ups. Let's make the remainder of 2023 a year to remember. Stay tuned, and as always, keep laughing. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more interesting and somewhat useless facts in the future.